Hey guys, Camper 15 back at with another video for you guys. Back with another episode review of My Hero Academia. As we only gonna have 4 more episodes of MHA left to go.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're getting sad.
I don't know whether to get sad for an ending or for the characters that are going through a lot right now.
Ending. Because after that, no more MHA. Outside of Vigilante is what we're getting right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's pick up where we last left off because we got huge revelations at hand. Dislimbment and almost an Avengers moment but let's all go through it. So last week we had the fight between Deku and Shigiraki as Deku was trying to send One for All into Shigiraki to break through that barrier, and he ended up getting in through the barrier into the void world. And basically,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did that backfire?
what do you mean backfired?
Didn't that backfire considering the results of it all?
Well, if I backfired, then I would be spoiling the series.
Why are you giving me conversation? Keep talking.
Well, you're the one that asked the question.
I asked the question, but you chose not to answer. So shut up and continue.
I did answer. I just
You,
said
you,
it was
you,
spoiled.
and you gave me that look like I'm so stupid. Okay, go on.
I'm just saying it would spoil. I would have to spoil the series if that's the case. If it backfired so much, but let's just keep watching it and let's see how it plays out.
Edit this out, please. Oh my goodness, I can't stand this guy. Okay,
Well,
go on.
it's not being edited out, future me. Anyways, he gets through the void world to break through for One for All, and him and Nana Shimura see a little bit of Shigaraki's past with what the hell happens with Kotaro and Shigaraki. So Deku sees this and he knows I got to do something about this shit. So he tries to come up and stop it, but there is a barrier in place. And again, another wall made by Shigaraki to try to keep Deku out from changing things and everything. And this is when we covered Anana Shimura, and she obviously, is just seeing how the fact that Kotaro was acting like this towards Shigaraki. And she basically, again, she's like, it's because of me that, this all happened. And because he felt like he didn't need to believe in heroes because I abandoned him. So she overcomes that and she stands up and she's like, I have to accept what had happened. And she finally breaks through to save Shigaraki, holds back her son, and says, Kotaro, stop it. It's over. It's done. And then she looks at Shigaraki and Deku and basically is like, I've done what I needed to do. Now it's up to you. So then, obviously, Deku confronts Shigaraki, and Shigaraki is like, why did you doing this? Why did you do this? And he's like, I'm here to help you. So it then cuts to the moment where we see Shigaraki kill Monchan.
Mm-hmm.
Again, still as gruesome as it was back in season 5.
Yep.
Oh, man. Do not condone animal violence.
Even though it wasn't intentional at the time, but
And then that's when obviously get that moment where the sister comes in and everything, and he's like, wait, no, don't harm the giant, wait! What then happens next?
Deku cuts in between, and now we're like having a bit of a standoff between Kid Deku and Kid Shigaraki, and we see Deku's arms are decaying as he pushes. I guess we should call him Tenko right here, but Tenko for since he's a kid still there, but yeah, this is when they have a little back and forth there, and their emotions are going through each other right there.
Anything else to add on?
Why? So I can say something else stupid for you? Go on.
Okay. No, just adding on with the conversation.
Continue.
Well, I guess I'll take the lead then. Anyways, Shigaraki is basically telling Deku, listen, you need to leave me alone. I am evil. I am doing what I need to do. This is me. Why are you trying to change me? And Deku's like, no, because I want to be there. Because I want to be there when, you should have had your hand grabbed for help and everything. And obviously Shigaraki's like, well, the only reason, like, look, I want to change, but I know I can't because I'm their hero. And he basically points to the League of Villains, basically knowing that each member of the League of Villains were inspired by Shigaraki. We then cut out to the outermost part of the world where I guess we see some insane people that I guess are done with their lives too, and talk about how they're going for Shigaraki and they view Shigaraki as their hero because they're just like, destroy it all, please, end it. So there's many other people that clearly are going through tough times, I'm guessing, that they're like, well, fine, if maybe he's the one that ends it, maybe I can finally be at peace. So that's the whole thing. But because of this, Deku's arms, or Deku again says something like, well, he says something to the allude to snap Shigaraki out of this, and Shigaraki kind of realizes like, oh, maybe this is kind of nice, right? Because he has Deku's feelings pouring through him. Meanwhile, Deku's got no arms. His arms were fully decayed. And when it looked like, oh, Deku did it, he saved Shigaraki. He brought Shigaraki back, and maybe Shigaraki finally understood the errors of his ways.
Little did I know, a familiar head is about to pop out. Yes, you would think. All this time, I thought Shigaraki finally got rid of the All for One that was inside of him. Nope. In fact, he got some revelations from this All for One, saying like, huh, you think you have a strong will now? A weakling like you? Everything that you had up to this point is because of me. And we cut over to some memories, and it turns out All for One knew Shigaraki's father. And it turns out the reason why his father is the way that he is because of All for One. So yeah, Shigaraki is hearing all this, and this is when he starts to like break down mentally. And yeah, this gave All for One the chance to take him over completely.
You know what's the one revelation that we did find about All for One in regards to Shigaraki?
Um, eh, just that, like he orchestrated it all. Everything he gave everything to Shigaraki. Everything, like the friends, the everything. What more can I say?
And he gave him the quirk.
Yeah, like I said, everything, man.
Yeah, when they had this revelation in the manga, it was quite shocking that this man, he searched out Nana Shimura's own son and basically knew like, oh, he has a son too. Maybe, and he did this as a way, again, because his whole plan was, when he was, because this was at the time he was going up against All Might, and he knew All Might's soul can never be broken, or his spirit can never be broken. So what's a way to do that? Let me see if I can affect somebody close to him. And I would have to wonder if maybe I think All Might did know about Nana Shimura's family. It's just he didn't really mess with them because out of respect for his master. So All for One had the bright idea, I know a way to get to All Might, and that's affect his former master's family. So apparently the man did some digging. He found Nana Shimura's son, because that's how evil this dude is. and basically kind of manipulated him into trying to get him to meet his son and everything, because I guess at the time Shigaraki's quirk wasn't developing, and he's like, oh, okay, how about I help with that and everything. We see how he ended up running into Shigaraki as a kid, and he's like, oh, what are you doing all by yourself? You shouldn't be all alone. You know, a car could hit you or something like that. Right? And he basically grabs his hand, and we see how he gives him the decay quirk. And again, something that my friend forgot to mention. The decay quirk. I don't know where he went. I don't know where he went. He's gone. He left the chat, guys. He left the chat. Did he leave the chat? Or did he walk away? I'm waiting for him, but it's absolutely hilarious. He did forget to mention this one thing. Are you there, buddy? I think he's gone. But till he gets back, we'll continue the review. But again, we find out Decay was actually a figment or a modified, I guess you could say, clone of a copy of Overhaul's quirk. So technically, Overhaul technically had Decay, and apparently, we find out that essentially All For One kind of modified the Decay quirk to do that. And it kind of makes sense because Overhaul's quirk kind of is similar to that of Decay, where it just destroys whatever he touches on instant. And while Shigaraki's Decay quirk is, it just creates a wave of destruction and stuff like that. So the fact that he had Overhaul's quirk from the beginning, which also has the question, did he also give Overhaul the quirk as well and modify that secretly too? I guess All For One has his hands digging everywhere. But then again, All For One was dealing with in the underground stuff. And plus, if you remember with Shigaraki, they were kind of like a mafia mob group. So it makes sense how All For One must have got in contact with him, right? So because of this, he shuts away, and I guess from what he may think, I guess kills the Shigaraki persona. So there is no more Shigaraki. No more Shigaraki. I guess the Shigaraki persona has officially been done, and All For One got what he wanted, and that's Shigaraki's body. Now, some people can say ass pull, but listen, it's not an ass pull because we knew that there was two different personalities within Shigaraki. You had the Shigaraki one, and then you had the All For One one. Now Shigaraki thought he had killed off the All For One persona in his body, but lo and behold, that's not the case. So All For One is now back. So why he needed to assimilate his body, his old body, with Shigaraki's body, I don't know what made any sense if he knew he was going to just take over the body at Shigaraki's lowest point, or when he caught him by surprise, but okay, I guess that's something to explain, but all right. Anyways, he forces Deku out, and then when obviously we see Shigaraki's body looks a lot different. It looks a lot grayer. His hair's sticking up like he's Super Saiyan, and apparently he can't use the decay quirk anymore. It's like once he killed off the Shigaraki persona, Decay is gone. He's like, well, I guess I have no power to decay anymore. Well, whatever. I still have a bunch of other quirks I can use to take over, right? So he then starts walking up to Deku, and he's like, well. You know, I've been searching for One For All this entire time, but now that I got my hands on it, it's all over. It's game, set, and match. And then what do we see? The repercussions of Deku after coming out.
Oh, you want me to talk?
Yes,
okay.
Please. Hello? what
Just do it.
happens when we see Deku focus back on to his face as he's trying to get up.
Both his arms are completely off.
Now I remember reading this in the manga, and I saw that image. I was like, oh, he lost his arms.
Yeah,
His arms.
yeah. At that time, I thought it was just in the mind in their minds, but nope, it's happening in the real world also.
So his mind. So Deku sees his arm. Now he's not screaming in pain, but again, when people saw this in the manga, people were shocked. They're like, he lost his arm. So people were like, oh, so that's where the arm lady, when the doctor talked about like, you don't want to overuse your arm, and it's like, oh shit, he actually lost his arms for good this time. And props to Studio Bones, they did not censor it at all. They did not censor it. Like you could see as he's trying to get up, the blood is coming out of his own arms, bro. So obviously, it looks like all hope is lost, and it looks like Deku's going to lose. But then you have it to where Ojiro and Sero, they all get involved. They somehow showed up at the battlefield. And obviously Deku's shocked by that, and then he's just like, what? All for one's like, what the hell, right? And then all of a sudden Deku looks back and he sees the portal open up, like it's, and multiple, or actually one portal open up, and Sazawa comes out. So we cut back to the past a bit, a few minutes ago, right? So again, your President Mike, he was punching the shit out of Kurogiri, talking about, you need to stop this trip, give me back my friend. Because remember, their old friend is actually Kurogiri now. Now, Aizawa tells him, hey man, you need to stop. Look, it isn't worth it. It is what it is, right? And we actually see Kurogiri crying. He's crying. So he has some sort of emotions. Anyways, they managed to get him to work and open up the portal. So they go back to the base area of the UA structure. And they're like, hey, we need reinforcements to help any way we can, because this last fight is going to be it, right? And then you actually pop up, and as people are coming through to want to help, you see some of the retired pro heroes who retired after the first war arc legitimately stand up and like, hey, I need to fight, right? You see Big Arms, other dude, and you have the one guy that was kind of judging Deku. He's like, here, give the dude who was fighting my shirt, please, right? And it looks like an All Might shirt that's smiling or whatever, right? Which you do see Deku wearing that shirt in the opening. So essentially, here, and then also you have it to where when we cut back to the present, he's like, oh yeah, here's this as well. And essentially we find out that Eri broke off a piece of her horn to give to Deku to use, and she's like, listen, I just want to sing for everybody when they come back after everything's been saved. So please help Mr. Deku. So obviously Aizawa was like, how long has it been since you lost your arms? And Deku's like, I don't know, I was in the void world for a while. And he's like, well, I guess we'll see what happens. He sticks it into Deku, and that horn was just enough, and it was just enough time for Deku to get his arms back to being re-round. So he has his arms again, so now he's not armless. And then that's when you have your Avengers Endgame moment, to where the portals start opening up, and you have all the heroes that can still fight, mind you, all showing up, right? To confront All for One and help Deku. And that's where the episode ends off. Episode preview titled Izuku Midoriya Rising. Which typically when you get those type of things, that means a big moment is coming for that said character. But overall, great episode. As if I remember correctly, this might be the last episode of the battle. Next episode might be the last episode of the battle. And the final 3 episodes after that will be the conclusion to the story. So, overall, great episode. Yeah, I remember the All for One Shigiraki twist was probably one of the more shocking twists in anime, right? So that it was shocking to say the least. Again, like I said, as we get closer to the ending, right? It is gonna be interesting to hear the anime community's feedback of the ending because I know the manga community were bitching, and when is they are never bitching? They were bitching about last week's episode. But hey, I don't want to spend a 20-minute rant talking about. You've seen my rants when it comes to the manga people reaction to the anime and how they handle things in the anime.
And I have so many reasons to rant about this video, man.
Well, that's conveniently not leaving things out. But anyways, well, hopefully the manga community is hopefully reading their precious manga. I just care about what the anime people think, and typically we'll see how the people react to the ending because again, I think I mentioned it before. I do hope they include the extended ending to MHA from the epilogue chapters to fully end it out that white way in anime form, so then people don't bitch. But I did not. But if you ask me, the original ending before Horikoshi added a few extra chapters to really, really kind of end the story off wasn't bad. But you know how people get, if it's not the ending that they thought they were getting, well then clearly people are gonna be up in arms, and the author
Is it
has to go
because the
back.
kind of ending that they got, or is it because it was rushed? I don't know.
It wasn't a rushed ending. It ended on a proper note. It's just it wasn't the ending people thought that they were getting. So, again, like I said, I'm very intrigued to see if they are going to include the epilogue chapters to further show, or maybe they'll just do an OVA episode. I don't know, but honestly, I'd rather just say add those epilogue chapters into the final episode of MHA and be done with it. But again, like I said, manga people, they think, oh, we're gonna get this ending, and when it's not that ending, that's the thing. I think I watched a reviewer today, talk about like, people when they read in the Attack on Titan manga, they were bitching about the ending, but then when the ending happened in the anime, people didn't really give a shit, to be honest, because they're like, oh, that's how it ends? Okay, that was fine. So I think that's how the anime community is going to react. But then again, what do I know? My Hero Academia community is a very diversive and toxic community, which, again, as much as I'm going to miss MHA, I am not going to miss that goddamn community. I'll tell you that.
That makes two of us at least.
So if there's one thing that is going to be good when it comes to the show ending, is the fact that I want to hear the community talking crap about it. And it's usually, people who start these things, it's typically the more common known reviewers. And I think if you know who I'm talking about, it starts with a C. And I think I saw a thumbnail of his. I didn't watch the video, but I saw a thumbnail of his where it's talked about, well, I guess it looked worse. MHA last week's episode made it look worse or something. But what do I know? But I enjoy what I get. But anyways, we're gonna get after it because I got college football to watch and I got other animes that I have to go render videos so I can upload it to my YouTube. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more My Hero Academia content for the next at least 4 weeks we got going on before the series ends, or any other anime content I upload to the channel. Again, I would like you guys, if you have time to, check out my Zenless Zone Zero 2.4 live stream reaction, where I had the pleasant early morning of waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning to react to a fucking live stream that, lo and behold, got me hyped. Only for 2.5 because I want Yexin Guang more. But, I did like the fact that apparently we're getting all these revelations for season 3, and then Dylan looks like a cool, fun character to play as. I just got to get the resources to pull for her. I'm not pulling for Bon Yue, albeit he looks cool too. He looks badass. And his fight still's badass, but we'll see. But anyways, please check that video out if you want to see my reaction again. Apologies if I didn't have a crazy loud reaction because, again, it's 3 in the morning and my family were asleep. I'm not trying to wake their asses up. So
I think you should just save your reactions till for at least 8.
Well, it's hard to get a first time reaction when it's already on my feed.
Yeah, at least you wouldn't have reacted to it yet until later.
Well, The problem is they release these live streams on work days, and unless I'm off, then
Can't you go back to rewatch them?
well, you're not getting my honest reaction.
No, I mean, can't you go back and see like the VOD, like the already?
Yeah, you can see the VOD, but
Then why go through that struggle?
Well-
If you can, if it's your first time watching it, then it's still genuine.
well, look at this point. I gotta get through work, and you know me, it's hard to try to resist something. And most of my feed on YouTube is Endless Zone Zero, so I gotten spoiled.
Of course.
Plus, my social media feed would have spoiled it for me too. So, anyway, promote your channel, my friend.
Okay, one, I hate this video, and two,
He loves this video.
Can I talk?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt?
Okay, one, I hate this video. Two, keep an eye out for my playthrough of Stray, which I just got pre-recorded. Yes, apparently this guy's excited about that. So,
Hey,
yeah,
listen, we feel bad for the cats. I mean, I like cats in person, but we felt that first chapter made me feel some sort of way about the cat.
yeah. Again, I have no. This is my first initial reaction to this game. I have no idea what it's about except about this cat. So yeah,
Feels like the near automata of cats.
Don't spoil it. Anyways,
Well, it's got these robot mice.
you'll see my reaction to that also. So yeah, keep an eye out, subscribe, and hit the like button and all that stuff.
Now, just before we go, did you get stuck on the one puzzle in the safe house?
You'll see. You'll see.
Don't blame me. I got stuck on it too.
I was like, what are we supposed to do here? And then when I finally figured it out, really?
Yes. We're gonna get over, guys. Catch you guys in the next video. My friend needs to go render his video. I need to go render my videos. We'll catch you guys next week for more My Hero Academia. Till then, guys.
Peace.